there in YouTube, 13th Dr. Jones here, or as you may now call me, the man who cosplays. Why I'm telling you that is something that's relevant later to the video. Basically, this is the post-StokeCon vlog that I always do every time there's a StokeCon. But this one's going to be slightly different as I've got not only some news, I've got some new stuff to show you, and news relevant to the future of my channel. And I'll start off with the one I've just told you about, which is the man who cosplays. Basically, for the time I've had my cosplay page, I have had 3 names for it. It started off as Scott 13th Dr. Jones unofficial 11th Dr. Cosplay, then it became Who Cosplays Cosplay Saga, and now I've decided that I needed a less clunky and silly sounding name, so I decided to go with Scott 13th Dr. Jones, the man who cosplays, because that's what I do, I cosplay. And also it incorporates the name of the series, the one you're watching right now, and I hope you've watched the rest of, Who Cosplays, into the title of my page. So I thought, from now on, the man who cosplays is going to be the channel name, the page name rather, and that's what I'm going to stick with, and I quite like it. So that's the story about my cosplay page name change and everything, and why you must now refer to me as the man who cosplays. StokeCon Trent 4 was absolutely amazing. I loved StokeCon 4. Not as many guests as there has been in previous cons, but I didn't mind too much. I mean, we got Peter Davison and we got Nicola Bryant and Colin Baker, and any Doctor Who guests that are doctors or companions, I'm always glad to see. And the fact that we got Peter Davison, who's never been to one before, that made it special. So I met him, I met Nicola again. I didn't have time to meet Colin, and I had met him twice before at the previous 2 StokeCons, so I decided not to, but it was good to have him there. And obviously there were a lot of other stars, but this year the thing that stood out the most for me, as it always does, is the cosplay. I could not believe how many amazing cosplays there were there. We had, I'll start off with the obvious, me as the Green Arrow. Not saying that my Green Arrow was amazing or anything, but it was. I loved being the Green Arrow for that day. But we had Reverse Flash, Arsenal, Flash, Captain Cold. There were so many CW show heroes and villains that really made me happy, because I was like, yeah, we've got a little group of superheroes here, as well as everybody else. Obviously the Stormtroopers and Darth Vaders you saw in the video. Saw a cosplayer dressed as a Dragon Ball Z character. You saw my friend Joe dressed as Mystique, they're both really cool cosplays. You guys did great, and just the cosplay was so good, and I loved all the passion and effort that went into some of it. Like the cosplay contest winners, they were just brilliant. The fact that they made that plant part and everything, and the Herbology Hermione was a nice little touch. So the cosplay was the highlight once again of the day. I had a great time. I bumped into friends of old, I bumped into old friends from previous cons, I bumped into friends I've known for a while, and I made some new friends as well, which is always good, some new cosplay people, and I got asked for a lot of pictures, more pictures than I've ever been asked for in any of the previous 3 StokeCons. I mean, StokeCon 2 is probably the one that I got asked the most photos for before the 4th one, but this time I got asked for loads. I ended up on photographed by 3 different photography studios, so here comes the special thanks bit, because I need to do that bit. Special thanks to Vivid Flow Studios for the pictures of me that you did. They were amazing, I really liked that. Thank you for choosing to photograph me. Mass Image on DeviantArt and Flickr, go check them out, because there's a lot of StokeCon pictures on there. And also Olive Studios as well, they photographed me the previous year as well. Thank you for the pictures of me on there, so they were so good. And obviously anybody else who took pictures of me, thank you for wanting a picture with me. And if you're watching this video and you want to send me your photos with me as the Green Arrow, then feel free to send it to my cosplay page. I'll put the link in the description below. Right, on to what I'm going to do in the future. Essentially, now that StokeCon 4 is over, it's the inevitable period where the channel has to do other stuff until StokeCon 5 shows up, because there is a StokeCon 5, it got announced, and depending on work I will be there. I'm determined to get there, because it's the only real pastime I have besides making these videos. But basically, FNAF World is the first thing I'll mention. I will be doing one more video for FNAF World. Now I know those of you who are watching who are a YouTube subscriber, not many people watched my FNAF World playthrough. It's just being honest, it's something different. My channel isn't really known for playing games. I'm probably known as the cosplay guy or the Doctor Who action figure review guy or something like that, or just the guy in the nerdy glasses. But essentially, I've nearly finished the FNAF World playthrough now. I've literally got one part of the story left, so I'm going to do that whether you watch it or not, whether hundreds of you watch it or whether 4 of you watch it, because the viewing figures did start to decline as the series went on, but I didn't mind so much. I just wanted to do a playthrough, and now I can say I've done it. But speaking of playthroughs, I have got something at the end of this video to show you. I have got something to show you all. So essentially, Doom comes out on May 13th, and I have announced on my Facebook page, and I've announced it somewhere else, I can't remember, Twitter, I've said I would like to do a playthrough of Doom 2016 where I record all the levels. Now what form that will take is probably me recording it on my console and then editing an intro into it. Whether I can record voice or not is a different matter. It depends on how I manage to do that, whether I can, or how I can record myself playing it. Anybody has any tips on how to do that with just a camera, a computer with OBS multi-platform software on it, please tell me how to do it, because I'm struggling to figure it out. But essentially I want to do a playthrough of Doom, and another game I want to do a playthrough of, because I know it will scare me to death, is Subnautica. Because I've watched a lot of Subnautica stuff, and I think that me squealing at the sight of giant sea creatures, because I hate giant sea creatures, would be an amazing thing to do. And it's another playthrough. I don't want to just be known as the guy who cosplays, on my channel all the time. I want to be a guy who can offer a variety of different bits of material and stuff for you to enjoy. So hopefully the playthroughs will be a bit more successful in future. Now as for the action figure reviews, at the moment they've gone into limbo because I've done so many of them. I've done like 54 of them. So at the moment they're in limbo. They may come back depending on whether Doctor Who action figures actually come back, because there isn't that many anymore. So that's what's going to happen with my channel in regards to non-cosplay related things. What's going to happen as regards to cosplay? Well, I think you all know what's coming. It's the Green Arrow. The next episode of Who Cosplays after this one will be the Green Arrow cosplay, where I review the Green Arrow cosplay. What I will do is, I have decided that I will do it in 2 parts. Because I have stuff being made for it even now. I have got a bow, as you've all seen in my StokeCon video, but I am having his latest bow made for me. So that's going to take until July, so I haven't really got time to... Well, I can't do it until I've got that bow, but what I'm going to do is review the costume in the first episode, which you probably have seen an image of on my cosplay page if you're on my cosplay page, and the episode is called Aim Higher. But I was torn between 2 titles, Aim Higher or The Man Under the Hood. So, part 1, where I review just the costume, not my arrows, or my bow, or my bows as the case will be called The Man Under the Hood. The Man in the Hood even. I keep getting my titles wrong. And part 2, when I review both bows and my arrows, because my arrows are actually sitting over there, will be called Aim Higher. And it will be a 2-part cosplay review, like I did with The Flash, where I just talk through everything, tell you where you can get things, and I will give credit to the people who have done astounding jobs for me for my cosplay, and there are quite a lot this time, so expect a lot of shout outs and a lot of links to different pages so you can cosplay the Green Arrow if you want. And other than that, the only real thing to talk about is the extra things I've gathered for the end of this video. Basically, whenever I do a Who Cosplays about StokeCon Trent, inevitably there are going to be some photos and videos that do not make it to me before I have done my video, so they get left out. But I have gathered over the past week, this is the 2nd week now, but over the first week I was sent pictures, and new pictures surfaced with me in, and I scavenged them all and took them, and I asked for permission to use footage of me from other people's videos. And shout out to Pezza Keeper, or as I know him, Conrad, or the Scorpion, for letting me use his footage. So basically this is all the stuff that didn't make it into my video. It's just a bunch of photos and a few video clips of StokeCon 4. Check it out. there you go, that's all the stuff I have from StokeCon 4. The video clips and the photos, I hope you enjoyed them. Well, that's pretty much it for me for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I hope it hasn't been too long and that you haven't been bored to death watching me drone on as fast as I can, because I do speak fast. So that's what's going to happen with my channel over the next coming months, what's going to happen in the future. Obviously StokeCon 5, going to do my best to get there because I want to go to every StokeCon. Hopefully one day I'll be like hired to be a cosplayer there. Not paid. I'd do it for free, StokeCon, if you hired me. I'd literally come and cosplay whatever you want. But essentially, thank you for watching this video, guys. You know what I'm going to be doing now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that you have enjoyed my previous two cosplays. Thank you to everybody I met at StokeCon, whether you're a new friend or an old friend. I was glad to see you all. And essentially, like I said, Green Arrow is going to be the next two cosplays. One more part for FNAF World, and hopefully in the future, depending on your response to what I'm going to put at the end of this video, a Doom playthrough. Because I have the Doom playthrough intro to show you. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Go and check out my other Who cosplays if you want. Check out the recent StokeCon Who cosplays. Check out my FNAF World playthrough if you want. I don't mind at all if you don't want to. And thank you for your continued support of my quest to be the man who cosplays and give you endless entertainment and silly, crappy jokes, which is what I always do. So thank you for watching this video, guys, and I will see you next time. Or, as I've become accustomed to saying on the FNAF World playthrough, I will see you on the flip side. Goodbye, guys.